Hello and welcome back to Crooked Yarns. In today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to work a single crochet stitch. This video is for those of you who are right-handed and I will be using US terminology. If you need the left-handed version or UK terminology, you will find a link to these videos in the description below, along with the links to the materials and tools that I'm using today. To start, we're going to take our yarn, and the first thing we're going to do is leave an 8 to 10 inch tail. We're then going to create a slip knot by wrapping the yarn around our fingers and passing the tail through the loop created. Insert your hook into the loop that you've just made and pull down on the tail end of your yarn to make the loop tight around your hook. Pull down on the working end of your yarn to tighten the knot, but make sure it's not too tight so that it still moves freely over your hook. Wrap the yarn in your hand and we're going to chain 15. If you need a refresher on how to make a chain, please visit the video in the top right hand corner of the screen now. Make sure that your chain isn't too tight, as we're going to be making our stitches into this chain as we work along the row. Whilst we speed through these stitches, why not take a moment to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any easy to follow upcoming tutorials. If we bring in a sample that I've already made, you will be able to see that the very bottom of the sample is the chain row. And what we need to do is we need to bring our stitches up to the height of a single crochet. And the way that we do that is we add one more chain for a single crochet. This stops your work from being too tight and uneven. Chain 1. We've now brought our working yarn up to the height of a single crochet. This does not count as a stitch. We're now going to insert our hook into the second chain. This is your first and this is your second. Insert your hook. If I come back out, I'll show you where we went if you're not sure. As you can see, when I open up the chain, you'll be able to see a small gap. This is where your hook will be going. Insert your hook into the chain. We now have 2 loops on our hook. We're now going to wrap our yarn around our hook so that it catches underneath the end of the hook. And we're going to pull through 1 loop. As you can see, we still have 2 loops on our hook, and we've pulled our working yarn through the chain. We're now going to wrap our yarn again, catch it with the hook, and we're going to pull through 2 loops on our hook. This creates a single crochet. Again, we're going to work into the next chain along, as you can see. Take our hook, insert it into the chain to create 2 loops on our hook. Wrap the yarn, pull through the first stitch only, wrap the yarn again, and then pull through 2. Again, we've created a single crochet. Moving on to the next stitch, we're going to repeat. Insert your hook. Your yarn goes over your hook. Pull through 1 loop. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. We're going to repeat this again. insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. And you're going to continue this along your stitches. As you can see, I now have 2 chains left. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over and pull through both loops. We now come to the last chain. This is where your knot is. This stitch can be a little bit tight, but it's worked in exactly the same way as the other stitches. Insert your hook into the last chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. You've now completed the first row of single crochet. We're going to continue crocheting along this stitch. Now as you can see, your stitches across the top of your crochets are where we are going to be continuing to work, and we need to turn our work over to continue. When you turn your work, remember that we need to bring our needle and yarn up to the height of a single crochet. This is the same as at the start when we added one extra chain to our chain stitch. This does not count as a stitch. As you can see, there is a small gap where your hook will be going through. This is your first stitch. Insert your hook, making sure that you can see the V shape from the previous crochets on your hook. This will look like 2 stitches, but it is only counted as 1. Yarn over, pull through the stitch. You now have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both stitches. You've now made a single crochet on top of another single crochet. We'll continue along this line. Insert your hook into the next stitch along and you will see that you have 2 loops on your hook which look like a V shape. This is counted as 1 stitch. Pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. Continue inserting your hook into the next stitch along, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops on your hook. And if I gently separate out the work that we've already done, you'll be able to see the following stitches for your single crochet where you're going to be stitching your next crochets into. Continue along to the end of the row. I now have 2 stitches left, which we're going to work normally. The last stitch looks a little bit sloped and it can feel a little bit tight, but that's okay, you still work as you normally would for any other stitch. This should leave you with a nice straight edge. We've now completed 2 rows of single crochet. As you can see, due to the height of the single crochet, you always need to increase the height of your yarn by 1 chain every time you change and move up a row. The single crochet should be stretchy. It shouldn't feel too rough or too tight or too firm. We're now going to turn our work and crochet into the next row of stitches. Remember to chain 1 to bring your yarn up to the height of a single crochet. Insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, pull through 1 loop, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. Continue this along the row. Getting to the last stitch, it's easy to see why you need to bring the height of your yarn up. And you can also see very obviously that the last stitch has been missed. Insert your yarn into the V. You will see a small loop of yarn after the V. That was your chain stitch from the row below. Don't worry about that, we don't work into it. We've now completed 3 rows of single crochet. My finished product is only 10 centimeters squared. You can continue to use single crochet for as many or as little stitches as you need. Remember that working on a flat piece means that you go up a row and across. Remember to turn your work every time you get to the end of your stitches. So now that you've watched this tutorial on how to work a single crochet, let me know in the comments below how you got on, or if you have any questions. Likewise, you can join me over on my Facebook page to share your creations. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like and subscribe to keep up to date with my latest releases, and I will see you again soon.